Today's Stamparatus video is going to show you another technique that you can do using the Stamparatus. And that's what many people are calling hinge stamping or step stamping or just repetitive stamping. But look at how nice and easy or nice and lined up my happy birthday and enjoy your special day are. They're perfectly straight and in line with each other. Now in case you missed it, this was the first card I made in the first Stamparatus video, and we talked a lot about getting this really dark, crisp image. So if you missed that video, make sure and go back and watch it. This video also contains all the basics about the Stamparatus and how it all comes in all the parts and pieces and some warnings on the magnet. So make sure you understand what's in that one. And now we're going to continue on and make a bunch of different cards and different videos showing you all different ways to really use your Stamparatus. So this is our card we're going to make today, and I'm going to set that one aside. I just have a piece of Whisper White cardstock here, and I have the Happy Birthday stamp that's from Perennial Birthday. Now this is a red rubber clear mount stamp. Okay, we talked about that in the first one. We do not need the foam pad because we've got the foam right there on our stamp already. Now, since we're going to just basically stamp Happy Birthday all the way down, I'm going to go ahead and figure out, let's see, make sure we're not upside down. I've done that before. I have it way in the corner, and I'm going to put this way up towards the top like so and kind of eyeball it to get it somewhat straight. Now, I'm not even using my magnets this time. Like I said, I don't always use my magnets, but as long as my cardstock is nice and tight in this corner, even if it moves a little bit on me, I can always put it back exactly where it was. And when you're using the red rubber stamps, they don't seem to stick to the paper. Now with photopolymer, I'll tend to use magnets more because that paper sticks to the stamp, and I have it moves around a lot. So place it where you want it. Go ahead and close your plate here and press to pick up the stamp. So now we have it there, and we're going to start out by using Bermuda Bay ink, and I'm going to just ink this up. Okay, tap it gently there. Once it's inked up, I can go ahead and close this, press, give it some nice press where your image is, and then pick it up. Now, this is the magic part. I'm going to take it out of the hinges here and move it down one, and without re-inking, I'm going to stamp it again. And look at that. I got a second stamping perfectly lined up with just a lighter shade. Then we're going to move it down one more. We'll ink it up, and we'll close it. Make sure we give it some good pressure. And once again, we'll move it down and stamp it a second time. Just a way to get a couple of different shades in there. And then finally, we'll go down one more, ink it up. This last one will be a dark one again. And there we go. There are our 5 happy birthdays. Now, we're going to go ahead and remove that stamp. But first I want to clean it, and I want to show you my favorite way to clean stamps is I just have, it's called an absorber cloth. And you can get this in the automotive stores. It's kind of like a chamois. And this, believe it or not, is clean. It's a well-used one at the moment. But all you do is run it under water to clean it. There's no chemicals on it. There's nothing on it. And it cleans off your stamps really well. So we can wipe that off. Or if you get ink on your plate, it cleans that up really nice as well. But I want to clean it before I pick it off so my hands don't get too full of ink. Now, the next stamp I'm using, and we're combining 2 stamp sets here, is called Dragonfly Dreams. And I wanted to use the stamp that says, enjoy your special day. And we're going to just stamp it in between each of the happy birthdays. So just like I did with the happy birthday, I'm going to lay it on here. And with it being, oops, before we do that, we need to put our foam. Because if this is photopolymer, we need to have the foam on there to raise it up a little bit to make up for not having the foam on the stamp. And we're also going to grab one of the magnets. Just, you'll see in a second how the paper tends to stick to these photopolymer. So we'll eyeball that where we want it. That looks pretty good. Take our plate all the way up here, pick up our stamp. Do you see how that kind of stuck? So the magnets will help. I want to keep it tight in the corner. The magnet will help a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to ink it up and stamp it. And then move it down, just like we did with Happy Birthday. And we'll go down one more. ink it up. That stamped pretty good. Now, if you look at that and you think, oh, it didn't stamp good or I missed a part, I was kind of hoping it would miss a part so I could show you. But no problem. Just go ahead and close it and stamp it again. And then we're going to go down. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's going to make my lighter one really light. That's okay. Looks awesome anyway. We'll move our magnet and we'll ink this up a final time. Nope, that's got to go down. Pay attention to what I'm doing here. And we'll stamp it right there. And you'll see there is our happy birthday several times and enjoy your special day, all nice and perfectly lined up and straight. So this piece was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I started with a tad bit bigger, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim it down to 4 5 1/4 for my card. Now don't worry about remembering those measurements. At the end of this video, I'll have a link to the blog post. It'll show you the exact measurements and all of the different supplies that I used. But for our card, I just put this onto a Bermuda Bay base. So very simple card. Now the only other thing we've done on here is the butterfly. Okay, for our butterfly, we're going to just stamp this wing part first. So we'll go ahead, put our plate on there, pick up our wings. See how it sticks? No biggie. And we're going to go ahead and go with Pacific Point. Ink that up good. Close it. Give it some good pressure. Oops. Now, look what happened. It did not ink good. I didn't give it good pressure. But because I'm up in the corner here, and magnet would help as well, I can go ahead and ink it up again, and we'll stamp again. Now I know I got to give it some good pressure over there. We'll see. Look at how much better that one turned out. Then I'm going to just go ahead and cut this out with the Big Shot, the dragonfly dies, and you can see it stuck underneath there. And then I cut one of the black ones out and I glued that on top by just gluing the body together because I wanted my wings to pop up a little bit. And then I added that to my card. And that simple was a card we made. But the fun of this card was the repetitive stamping with our greetings. So I hope you like that tutorial using the Stamparatus. We'll just go ahead and clean this stamp off. And clean our plate off if we got ink on it. Again, the absorber works awesome for that kind of thing. I will have the link at the end of this video to the post with all the information for this card. And make sure you come back again. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any. But I have more videos coming in our Stamparatus Basics series showing you other ways and reasons why the Stamparatus is truly going to become your best stamping friend. So until I come back again, have a stamp happy day.